Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. Today, we are very privileged to have Brother S. Kumar, who will be addressing all of us at Mill Hill Sai Center. Brother S. Kumar is a household name to most Sai devotees through his wonderful and divine ability to capture the hearts of devotees through his musical and bhajan talent. He was notably involved in the composition of Humko Tumse Pyar Kitna, a song that has been sung in the immediate divine presence and around the world on so many occasions. Brother S. Kumar was born into a Sai family who were acquainted with Bhagavan since the 1960s. Brother S. Kumar from a young age was engaged in music, undergoing classical training in Carnatic music during his Balvikas days in Neyveli, Tamil Nadu, under the mentorship of his guru, Sri Chembai Anandamani. Later on, he got the divine opportunity to join the Sundaram Bhajan Group, Chennai, during the early 1980s and never looked back, singing in the divine presence for the first time. He joined Swami's College in 1984 to complete his Masters and subsequently his PhD. On completion of his PhD, he became a faculty member in the Department of Maths and Computer Sciences, Puttaparthi, before moving to the USA in 2000 with his work. Despite the move from India to the US, he has been ever busy in Swami's work. He has been actively involved in many Sai retreats, giving talks, doing bhajan workshops and music programs. He currently lives with his family in Washington, D.C., where he works as an IT professional and attends the Bethesda Sai Center in Washington, D.C. Let us all now sit back and enjoy the wonderful experiences of Brother S. Kumar, who will kick off proceedings with a Krishna bhajan that he has recorded specifically for our Krishna Janmashtami celebrations.
Sai Ram, on this beautiful Janmashtami day, let us sing together a Krishna bhajan. Nanda Nandana He Gopika Ranjana Radhika Jeevana Radhika Jeevana Krishna Janardhana Krishna Janardhana Radhe Gopala
Radhe Govinda, Radhe Gopala
Radhe Govinda, Radhe Gopala
Radhe Govinda, Radhe Gopala
Devaki Nandana Devaki Nandana
Devaki Nandana
Nanda Nandana He Gopika Ranjana
Nanda
श्रीमधुसूदना
श्रीमधुसूदना
राधिका जीवना
राधिका जीवना
कृष्ण जनार्दना
कृष्ण जनार्दना
राधे गोविंदा राधे गोपाला
राधे गोविंदा राधे गोपाला
देवकी नंदना
देवकी नंदना
देवकी नंदना
देवकी नंदना
नंदनंदना हे गोपिकरंजना
नंदनंदना हे गोपिकरंजना
मुरली मोहना
मुरली मोहना
श्री मधुसूदना
श्री मधुसूदना
राधिका जीवना Sai Ram. Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my humble salutations at the Divine Lotus feet. Let me thank Swami for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts, my experiences as Lord Sai Krishna has given to me. Before I begin the talk, could I request every one of you to close your eyes and pray for the victims of Beirut, victims of Calicut, and victims of COVID. 10 seconds. Swami, please heal the whole world from all the calamities and the pandemic. Janmashtami. Janmashtami is actually a beautiful term where we can be reborn every time. Of course, this is a birthday of Krishna. However, it is the Krishna in our hearts we are rejuvenating on this day. So let us pray to Sai Krishna to give us this time to be spent with him as to whatever he gives, let me share to you. Lord Krishna is very attractive. Love, messages like Bhagavad Gita, so many beautiful things we can go on speaking. However, many a times, whenever I go for talks, these days, the youth would ask me, okay, sir, you were there with Bhagwan and enjoyed all the beautiful things, and you are sharing whatever you experienced. How are we to feel him in our hearts? So, whenever I share my thoughts, I share in such a manner the child in this gathering, in the family, can connect with what I am saying, because we are all children of God and we are always evolving day by day. So let me connect with you on the topic of the love of Krishna. Krishna is actually the theme of today. Let me begin with K, the attribute of Krishna, kindness. Let me begin with another bhajan which starts in K. Kalyana Krishna, Kamaniya Krishna, कालिंगमर्दन श्री कृष्ण गोवर्धन गिरिधारी मुरारी गोपी मन संचारी वृंदावन की तुलसी माला पीतांबर धारी मुरारी पीतांबर धारी मुरारी कल्याण कृष्ण कमनीय कृष्ण कालिंगमर्दन श्री कृष्ण. The very first time I learned this bhajan was after I joined Swami's college. Senior brother by name Sonam taught me this bhajan. It's so beautiful and simple, and I thought I must sing this. I don't remember whether it was Janmashtami or Guru Purnima. I sang it very first time. Swami used to live in the mandir those days, and Swami used to walk to the Purnachandra. So this bhajan was offered in Purnachandra. And whenever Swami starts from Mandir, the boys sitting in the Purnachandra would know that Swami has already started coming towards Purnachandra by looking at a light which is right on top in Purnachandra. The light will glow, oh, Swami has come. So that's a kind of communication, it was there those days. And so when I was singing, I just started this bhajan, and so I knew that light is glowing. We don't know when will Swami come, how will Swami come. So when I was singing the first speed, Pitambar dhari murari, Swami was wearing a pitambar that day, the yellow color robe, and opened the door, opened the curtain in the middle of the Purnachandra. And he had a big throne to go sit down on top. What did Bhagavan do? He just came down straight away to the floor area to give darshan, but he didn't go for the darshan. The steps which are leading to the floor of Purnachandra, Swami just sat right in front of me, like this, where the camera is, where in this angle, Swami came and sat down and started closing his eyes like this, and Pitambar dhari murari, Swami kept doing this, and I was looking at Swami, and so close, so beautiful. Krishna is beautiful. And then what does Swami say? And the whole bhajan was done, and Swami looks at me and tells, Chala baga pade, very beautifully sung. So much kindness, so much of love, so much of encouragement, so much of care. Bhagwan is not somebody who is sitting inside a picture like this. He's that person who cares, who is all kindness, who understands all our weaknesses, all our misgivings. That is the first step I could understand. Because when you go to Puttaparthi, you think, until you go to Puttaparthi, you pray to Swami looking at the picture, right? But here is where he sits right next to you and says, Chala baga pade, which means you sang really well. And that kindness was a seed which kept improving my singing. So much so, I went to the next stage where I could see Bhagwan as a realistic person. Realistic, KR. Realistic. Radhe Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Krishna, Radhe Radhe. How realistic Bhagwan was? Swami gave me a role to act as Radha. What did he do? He came to me, Kumar, I am going to give you a role of Radha. It's a female role. Do you think boys in the boys' hostel will make fun of you? Do you mind taking this role? The all pervasive Bhagwan comes down and asks me to take permission. How much do we take our children for granted so many times? But Bhagwan came and asked me this. I said, Swami, you are giving me an opportunity to act as Radha. I would take this opportunity right away. He also added, if you take this role, I can teach you the songs I've composed, the dialogues I've written. I can teach you that. I can teach you acting. I can teach you how to dance. I could not believe the avatar is giving me all those little things which are so beautiful in terms of a reality of presenting a drama or a skit or a play. I was really Swami. And then what else Swami is to do? Swami, along with this, Swami taught so many songs. I have 30 minutes, so I will just briefly touch upon one song, which is this. You won't believe how this song is like. కిట్టయ్య వచ్చునట నిశ్చయముగా మన కట్టాలు బాపునట చిట్టి దేవుడు అతని చూడకోరువారు అవధూతల్ అతని చింత చేయనట్టు వారు యమదూతల్ ఆశ భాషలందు విషయ దాసులై మోసపోగా ఆశ భాషలందు విషయ దాసులై మోసపోగ ఈశుడైన కృష్ణ హృదయ దాసిగారే ఈశుడైన కృష్ణ హృదయ దాసిగారే ఏ కిట్టయ్య ఓ కిట్టయ్య ఓ కిట్టయ్య వచ్చునట నిశ్చయముగా మన కట్టాలు బాపునట చిట్టి దేవుడు. What did Swami say? These are villagers. They will sing songs like this only, which are very, very connecting to the, close to the heart. And he says, the meaning of this song, very briefly put, those who wait to look for him, they are all Devadutas. Those are all people who are saintly. Those who do not think of Lord Krishna are actually compared to demons. So, do you want to be a Devaduta or a demon? You want to be heavenly or a demon? So, you decide. And then, do not Asha Bashalindu Vishayadas, do not get lost in this world of desires too much, and instead think of him and become a slave to God. The Isudaina Krishna Hridaya Dasigari. Do not talk ill of others. Don't do gossip. Such beautiful lessons through such songs in a realistic manner. He gave it to me. And another side of the reality is Swami said, oh, you boys, Sunday morning, what did you have for breakfast? It's for the children to know. Swami, we had idli. Oh, I told them to make 2 breakfast items. Did they not make? Yes, Swami, but I chose only idli. That boy said. So instead of what Swami said, in a hostel where 600 boys are there, whenever more people are there, if you make many items, Bhagavan said, they'll eat less of each and still be satisfied. If you make only one item in the kitchen, then everybody will pounce on it and you will never have enough for the boys. Such realistic management strategies as to how to manage people, how to manage satisfaction is what Bhagavan is teaching us, or for realistic. I is for being an inspiration on a daily basis. A song written and composed by Swami in Tamil. Indre subadiname, Indre subadiname, Indre subadiname, Indre subadiname, Punnoliye, Pudumalare, Ennarul jeeviyathil solvaye. What does this mean? Today is a sacred day. Swami taught this for a new year, Ugadi. This song, written in Tamil, to communicate today is a sacred day, today is a new day. And Bhagwan, after teaching this song, he told me, do you know who Swami is? One who is ever new. You are celebrating New Year one day in a year. Whereas if you treat every day as a new day, you will have a lot more energy inside you. And that will be so helpful in achieving a lot of things. And Swami said, every day, morning and evening, with no weekends for Swami, no holidays for Swami. Swami always gives darshan, goes and gives interview, goes for bhajans, listens to the same bhajans every day, same people singing, same voices. How does Swami keep himself new every day? If we can keep ourselves new every day, we ourselves will become an inspiration for somebody else. Swami is an inspiration for 85 years. He has given darshan every day, morning and evening, whether he was in Puttaparthi or Vrindavan or Kodaikanal or anywhere else he went all over India. So Swami is inspiring. This song, Swami said everyone should sing in every language. So Nede subadiname, Nede subadiname, Inde shubadiname, Inde shubadiname, आज ही शुभ दिन है, आज ही शुभ दिन है. Today is a sacred day. Today is a sacred day. On that particular day, 6 of us sang this song in one line, repeating one after another in different voices. Swami said, all 6 of you sing. And that was how Swami made that new year very, very important by teaching a very important, inspiring lesson that if you treat every day as a new day, you will achieve a lot of things in our, we will achieve a lot of things in our life, and we will be an inspiration for so many others. S. Yes. S stands for Swami having given us the kindness, the realistic management styles, and showing us to be inspiring. He is now checking on us. And then what is that stage called? Being strict with us. He is strict with devotees, students, to see how much have you absorbed what Swami has come to give for. Swami does testing too. It's not the software developers alone test. Swami does testing of people by giving and giving and giving. He will withdraw and then give a treatment by being strict. A bhajan in S. Sai Kanhaiya, Sai Kanhaiya, Par karo mere jeevan naiya. Oh Swami, please help us go through these trials and tribulations and treatment. Because you're strict, we will understand the life. You help us cross the ocean of life. Par karo mere jeevan naiya. So what happened? Bhagwan gave me so many opportunities to sing, to act, and I had to go for a vacation once home, and I was feeling so proud that I am a Sai student. I have learned lots of things at the Lotus feet, and I get lots of opportunities from Bhagwan. Swami takes care of me, talks to me, gives me so many songs and all that. I was feeling so proud, and then teaching them bhajans after bhajan. Mata Maheshwari Tribhuvana Janani Premamai Satya Sai Janani. So many new bhajans, the bhajan singers are always crazy about learning new bhajans. I said, I know so many bhajans I have learned, which I have sung at the Lotus Feet. Raghukula Bhuj. I was feeling so proud, and I just gave all those bhajans, taught them all. I was feeling so proud. See, I'm very important. Though I came from Sundaram, I'm able to teach the Chennai bhajan singers so many other songs. This is what I was feeling when I came back for vacation and came back to Perthi. What did Bhagwan say? That's it. Bhagwan knew. Eprochao, when did you come? Swami, I just arrived this morning. Swami saw me in the morning. He didn't talk to me. Evening, he came back and asked, so what did you do? Swami, I went to this person's house, sang bhajans, went to Sundaram, sang bhajans. I kept saying where all I went and sang bhajans. Swami withdrew as I was addressing about what I went, how I enjoyed my vacation. Bhagwan just left me, cut me off right there, and went to the warden and said, please do not allow S. Kumar to be sitting in the bhajan hall anymore. I do not want to listen to him sing. I do not even want to see him anywhere in the bhajan hall. Tell him to sit anywhere near the car shed at the last row. And if he doesn't behave properly, he will be sent out of Swami's college. Swami went inside. How did I get the message? Warden sir comes and talks to me. Kumar, get up. You have to go out of the bhajan hall. And he tells me this message. Only when we do not know the value of whatever we are doing and whatever importance we are getting, only when it is withdrawn completely will we know that every word we sing in front of Bhagwan, every syllable we sing, every bhajan we sing in front of Bhagwan is a great divine opportunity given to us in our life. So many days passed, no one would look at me, no one would talk to me. Maybe he has done something wrong. I don't want to get in trouble. No, nobody would talk to me. And so many days passed, and then I was feeling so miserable. I used to bend my head and go to the mandir, sit in the last row in the bhajan, near the car shed, used to listen to the bhajans. When you're in the first row, you do not know the value of singing bhajans, right? What is the value of it? When you're thrown to the last row, then you will know. For all the singers, you give them the mic, they're extremely happy. You pull out the mic right in front when they are singing. That is the kind of strictness or the value we need to give. So when something is pulled out, that is the time we start realizing the value of it. And Swami would not come wherever I'm sitting. And one of my classmates approached me. Kumar, you seem to be looking very sad. Why? What is happening with you? He had known that I was not allowed to sing in the mandir. So he's my classmate Neil. He said, Kumar, I want to tell you something. Swami has tested each and every one of us. You are going through this test right now. Swami is ever forgiving. Please go ask for forgiveness. So I went to mandir on that day. Swami would not come on that day. Next day I went, sat down in the corner somewhere. Swami would not come that side. So I went and hid myself. And Swami came in the portico. I just jumped all over the boys and then went and caught hold of Swami. Swami, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Swami said, Dunna Pota, talking too much. When I send you for vacation, you're not behaving like a Sai student. Is this what I taught you? I gave you so much so that you can behave well, and you were so arrogant, egoistic. Is Swami all about all this? talking too much leads to a lot of other problems. Swami, I will control, because I never spoke to anybody for those 15 days. When we keep silent, then only can we listen as to how we are behaving, how our mind is thinking. So, Swami, I kept holding Swami's feet. Swami kept looking at me. I kept crying and crying and crying. Swami looked at me and said, Chesko, take Pada Namaskar. And Swami forgave me and let me sing after that. And when I came back, I sang, गिरधारी नंद कुमार कन्हैया मधुबन के मोहन मुरली भजैया. Krishna, K-R-I-S, being strict, H. After being very strict, he's very humorous. How does it go? He took me to Kodaikanal, and then he gave me the responsibility of serving food for so many boys. Because I was a senior boy and all others were junior, he kept giving me the opportunity to serve food. So you know what happens is whenever we go to, whenever we have the edge of advantage of serving food, what we would do is we would selectively eat what we like the most. Suppose you have fried items like vada and other things, vada or pakoda and all those fried items. I was also young that time. Even now, everyone will like a fried item, right? So everybody, we served idli, vada, pongal, everything we served. And then after that, Swami went out. All the serving boys picked only what they liked the most. And we were eating. And then I picked some 4 vadas. Everybody picked more vadas. And then I picked up some 4 vadas and 1 idli. And I took with a lot of sambar and everything. I was eating. And suddenly, near the door, we could see the orange robe. I said, Swami is coming. When we are eating too many things, we don't want to show that we are eating so much, right? So, in any case, I just gulped 1 vada, and then there was like 3 vadas. I said, it's okay. And then I stood up and looking at Swami. Swami opened the door. It's a transparent door where you can see the robe, but you can't see the whole face. Swami opens the door and comes in and looks at me and said, hey, Punnapota, you have 8 vadas on your plate. How did it become a miracle of 3 vadas becoming 8 vadas? I was wondering. You know what happened? All the other students had quickly transferred the vadas from their plate into my plate. And I was the victim of vadas on that day. Dunnapota, you're eating too much. And then Swami kept looking at me, and that is why you have a big paunch. Swami said like that and then made fun of me. And then kept laughing at me. And I mean, why should Swami come at that point in time when I'm eating this? It is just to give a feeling that he loves all the fun. He knows everyone's weakness. For example, there are various other things I can speak. There are so many jokes which Swami plays with students. Swami is entirely humorous when it comes to our daily life. He's like our close friend. He's like that. So the moment we start, the people, the youth who has not felt Swami or seen Swami, I would only say you can treat him as your closest friend. Tell him all the things. And that is how he is going to be a great friend for all of us throughout our life. So let me move into humorous to humorous. Hari ka dhyan laga man mere मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे. He clears all our sorrow. And then what is the next step we have to go to? N, Krishna, N, nearness. नटवर लाल गिरिधर गोपाल मीरा प्रभु घन श्याम गोपाल, नटवर लाल गिरिधर गोपाल. Think of him as very, very near to you, near and dear. Swami keeps saying, right? I am in you, around you, inside you, below you, above you. If you treat me as a friend, I will always be next to you. You have any small thing, Swami, I enjoyed my food today. Just tell him, Swami, thank you so much for giving me such nice food, nice vadas, nice pakodas, or whatever. We can just make him feel so near. Even Swami used to come to us and tell, Anil Kumar Garu likes lots of spicy things. Please do not miss having avakai pickle to be served for him. Swami always looked at each one. Swami knows that each one of us are born with some weakness for taste, weakness of attitude. But what Swami wants is, if you make it as an offering to me all the time, thinking that Swami, you are eating this through me. If you think of it that way, life becomes so light, so easy, right? That is exactly what the Natwar Lal, he plays with us. He is enjoying the nearness, if we can bring in the Krishna, the N in nearness, and finally leading to, he is our friend for our life. He is a friend who will travel with us all our life. What is this? Antaryami Sai, Purna Brahma Avatari, Purna Brahma Avatari, He Giridhari, Hridaya Vihari, Krishna Kunja Vihari, He Giridhari, Hridaya Vihari. He's a Hridaya Vihari. Krishna Kunja Vihari. He's a Krishna of our heart. Swami is always with us. He's enjoying what we enjoy. Let us share our joy with him on every small thing. I have a nice car, Swami. You're sitting with me. You're having a nice drive with me. You're having a nice food with me. I'm enjoying this music, Swami. Please enjoy with me. You are singing through me. You're listening to me. If we start treating him that he's always all pervasive, and if we bring that awareness, the Krishna of awareness all the time, we will always be happy. We will always give that enthusiasm in whatever we do. We will always be new. We will always be near and dear to everybody. We will be kind to everybody. We will be realistic in helping people. And we will be strict with our children when we need to be. And then we'll be giving a lot of love. So Krishna is nothing but kindness, realistic, inspiring, strict, humorous, nearness, and awareness. And with these few words, let me pray to Swami to continuously bless each one of us the great nearness of Krishna and the awareness of Krishna by developing the bond of love, the Prema Bandham. हमको तुमसे प्यार कितना साई तुम ही जानते, दिलों की धड़कन तुम हो साई, तुम हमारे प्राण हो, हमको तुमसे प्यार है. We love you, dearest Lord, we love you. నీవు లేని మా జీవనం, నీరు లేని చేపవేదనం, నీ సన్నిధే మాకు పెన్నిధి. నీదు చూపే ప్రాణ సమానం, నీకు మాకు ఒకే బంధము. There's only one thing between you and me, Swami, O Sai Krishna. Adi prema bandhamu.
गणेश पाहि मां, जय गणेश रक्ष मां.
श्री गणेश पाहि मां, जय गणेश रक्ष.
Lord, we love you.
Jai Sai Ram. I am sure that you have all enjoyed listening to Brother S. Kumar today. We will have an opportunity next Sunday to listen to the concluding segment of his talk on the wonderful occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi.